And welcome to the grand final for the Rotax Max Junior opening round here in Jesolo, Italy. We've had a fantastic pre-final already from these guys with a win from Max Hofer. Is he going to be able to repeat that here in the grand final and take the big points? Richard Verschoon is going to be looking to not let him get away into the lead, as he was able to scamper off and build a big gap. And here we go, and obviously Max Hofer is going to be in pole position, Richard Verschoon in second. And they are lined up absolutely perfectly, just bumping and boring into each other as they line astern. And here they go, charging into the first corner. Are we going to be able to come out of this corner a lot cleaner than last time? Oh, no, somebody's through and onto the grass. Are they able to get going? I can't quite see what the number of that kart was. But didn't look like there was any great damage. I'm pretty sure they just slid onto the grass, and with a bit of luck, they'll be able to rejoin and get into the race. So Max Hofer picks up where he left off. And just building up a bit of a lead already. We haven't even completed one lap as yet of this grand final, but he's looking to build up the lead the same as he did the first time. He put in some very impressive lap times that time round. And in second place, I'm pretty certain we've still got kart 377, Richard Verschoon. And he's going to be desperate not to let him get away this time, as they go across the line to complete that first lap. Waiting for the times to update to see what sort of gap that we had. Oh, we got dust in the background there. I think somebody did go off. I've got a feeling that we lost on that first lap Karol Jurmanovic, which would be a real shame for Karol if he has gone off. And we got another kart off there. What's that? That is 344. That's Maciej Hrupek, and he actually managed to finish high up last time. He is going to be absolutely devastated with that one. He finished third last time and he's out in the middle of the grass. Not what he was looking for. In fact, at the back of the grid is Michael Rosina, so wait to see whether that's a retirement for kart 316 or whether that was the kart that was in the middle of the grass, hoping to build back up again here. As the leader edging out a bit more of a gap there. We've got green flag, so yeah, we've got yellows a little bit further around. I think that is still the kart of Maciej Hrupek. He's going to be devastated after a great first race that he had. And Max Hofer has put in the fastest lap so far. We've also lost Karol. No, we already know we've lost Karol Jurmanovic. That's a real shame. But Michael Rosina currently showing us behind, but with a green dot, so I'm suspecting that was the kart that lost it into the grass and is going to be looking to build back up and see how high he can get in this race. As our leader comes across to complete the second lap, and trying to build more and more of a gap as he goes. You see how he closes up on the brake in there, but our leader's not having to put any excess pressure. He's already managed to build up virtually a second gap after only 2 laps. Absolutely outstanding performance. And back further, we've got a 4-car battle, then a 5-car side by side. It really is battles all the way through in this karting championship. These guys are only between the ages of 13 and 15. These are the stars of the future. If we put it in perspective, in the first race, that the fastest lap by Max Hofer was a 48.9, and our seniors' fastest lap was 48.1 in these dry conditions. So these guys, these youngsters really are showing just how good they are. They would be able to battle in those seniors already. So watch out for them when they're old enough to race with those guys. It's going to be very interesting. So yeah, Michael Rosina is still circulating, so is now ahead of the unfortunate retiree of Karol Jurmanovic. And see how far up the grid he's. You can see some battles there as they came round the hairpin. They were going all the way round the hairpin 2 abreast, and that's going to be further down the field. I think that's sort of like from 17th onwards. And well, actually, you see on the timesheet that they're all incredibly close. And our leader, Max Hofer, has just put in a 49.843, fastest lap of the race so far. So he's gone even quicker now than he did in the first race. So in the pre-final he did a 48.9, and he's already done a 49.5. So mistaken there. I was a bit erroneous there. I couldn't quite see the time. I thought he was going faster already, but he is edging it out, looking ever so smooth. He really is absolutely faultless. And as I've said many a time, the great thing about shaking off the attentions of the karts behind means you're not having to drive defensively. You're not having to look over your shoulder. Remember, there's no mirrors on these karts. They've got to be prepared to look behind them. It's nice when you're able to go round a hairpin and you're actually able to see your nearest competitor heading into the hairpin as you're heading out at the closest. And he's already managed to do that, and he's only completed 4 laps. 49.5 is his current fastest time. So he really is absolutely peerless at the moment. Great weather conditions here for what we'd like to see in a beautiful tourist resort here at Jesolo. As we say, it's very near Venice, but at various other times during today, I can assure you it has not been these idyllic conditions. The rain had been chucking it down, especially for the first race of the seniors, so much better conditions, and you can see how close they're able to race now. As we see there, I think that was kart number 3770. Couldn't quite catch the number there, I'm afraid. It's the only problem when these numbers are so small. It's just a little bit difficult to tell. But you see that even the second place driver, Richard Verschoon, he's under no pressure now as well. But he's going to see that Max Hoffer 301 kart in front of him, and he's going to be gunning for it. It's going to be like a target. That 301 plate on the back of that kart of Max Hoffer is an absolute target for him. Look at these two. They've absolutely left the rest of the field standing. Unbelievable quality of driving. Don't underestimate how good the rest of this field are. These youngsters really are fully justifiably in this Central and Eastern European Junior Rotax Max Championship. But these two are just absolutely pulling away as he's coming across now to complete what I believe is his second. Oh no, we've got contact there. I didn't quite see the numbers there. Was that number 371, Nicholas Scholl? Pulling his kart out of the way. It looked like they were actually completely joined together. I think one of them was able to get going again. But I've got a feeling that might have been Nicholas Scholl. He's going to be very disappointed because he had a very good race in the first one. In fact, he finished 4th. So if he's out of the race, he's going to be devastated. 49.1 now, the fastest lap for our leader. So he is bringing those times down. Even though he's under absolutely no pressure, despite how well Richard Verschoon is driving, he's under no pressure. Unlike number 310 from 380. So that is currently 310 is Kovac Sombor. He's under pressure. Excuse me, from was that Jakob Gregula? I think it was that they're battling there, I believe, for 3rd and 4th. Yes, it is 3rd and 4th, totally glued together. Oh, and we've got that was our leader coming through a back marker there. And the only reason I knew that was because the back marker did a great job of keeping out of the way and even waved his hand to tell him which side to go. Constantly in every race I've watched at this championship, the back markers have behaved absolutely perfectly, keeping out of the way. Even when they've been embroiled in their own battles, they've allowed the lead cars to get past them effortlessly. And here comes our leader now to complete, I think, the 9th lap of this championship. Of what I think is going to be an 18-lap race, I believe. And he's just still putting fastest lap after fastest lap. He's absolutely in the groove. It's like he's on a Scalextric set. He knows exactly where he wants to go. And he's just sticking to that groove. It really is a faultless drive from Max Hoffer here. He's just metronomic, absolutely metronomic. But Richard Verschoon is going to be desperate to close up. His lap times, last time round, he was virtually the same lap time as Max Hoffer. So he's not letting him go, but he's also not able to close. That was number 380, Jakob Regula. I've got a feeling he may have actually moved up to 3rd now, has he? I'll just keep an eye out now. I think he may have just managed to move up to 3rd now, ahead of Sombor Kovac, but we'll have to wait and see on that one as the times update. As our leading pair with a massive gap behind Richard Verschoon. I mean, the gap between second and third is 9.7 seconds. So those two are an absolute class of their own. Fortunately, the back markers that they've come across so far are single back markers. None of them have been battling yet. Remember, these are youngsters. They are behaving impeccably, but they're still learning their racecraft. So we're hoping that we're not going to see any mistakes made as the leaders come through. As our leader goes through to complete yet another lap. I think that's 11 laps completed for our leader now, which by my reckoning means that has got 7 laps remaining, or sorry, 6 laps. It's a 17 lap race. 48.918 he's just gone. So he has now gone quicker than his fastest lap in the pre-final. So he is totally in the zone. Remember, this is the first round of these championships. So they're getting their eye in, and he's getting faster and faster. That doesn't bode well for the rest of the field for the rest of the season. But the good news is Richard Verschoon is there in a 48.998. So he's less than a second behind, slower than that. They're the only two that are in the 48s for their lap times. So absolutely flying. We currently have, I think we've got something like 5 retirements so far, unfortunately. We saw a couple of collisions, but I think we may have had 1 or 2 that have had mechanical gremlins as well, unfortunately. See the occasional cart strewn on the grass, nice and safely out of the way, thankfully. And as they come round the left and then the right hand hairpin, our leader and second place, Max Hoffer, Richard Verschoon, kart 301 from 377, probably keeping, I was going to say, similar gap between each other, because they are lapping fairly close, just ever so slightly pulling out each lap, but not an awful lot. In fact, the fastest lap of the race is now by Richard Verschoon. 48.847 he did on that last lap round. As our leader comes round, is he going to be aware that Richard is now desperately trying to close that gap down? Will he be able to even see the difference? As I'm waiting for the times to click over to see what that gap's down to, is a 1.463, so pretty close to each other right now. So let's see where this is going to go. I don't think it's the end of the battle completely. Max Hoffer has a commanding lead, so he's not under pressure, but Richard Verschoon is determined not to let him get any further. It's at the beginning that Max really seems to put in that spurt, get himself away, break the toe, break the attention, allow himself to focus on the racing lines, and he's doing exactly that. Look at it, just guiding it round the corners, absolutely faultless, as he comes across to complete, I think it's lap 14 that he's just completed, which means he's just got the 3 laps, and he's put in another fastest lap, 48.795, even quicker again. He didn't like the fact that Richard Verschoon, is he doing a Sebastian Vettel? He's got to get the fastest lap as well as the lead. He's not happy that he's just built up a big lead. He's got to get that fastest lap as well. I think it's just personal achievement there. I'm not aware that there are points for fastest lap, but he's going to be happy that he's doing it. He's clearly totally in the zone as he comes up towards another back marker. A pretty fast back marker there. He's not leaving him standing by any stretch. Comes across the line. The back marker backs off to let him through in a safe place. Oh, and we've got another retirement. That's 367. Is that right? 367. Yeah, that's Jurko Petric. Oh, it's so close to the finish as well. He's going to be devastated about that. I think he was running in the top half of the field. He was certainly at the moment. I think it was showing him in 15th. Oh, so unfortunate, that close to running out in the top half of the field. So as our leader comes to complete his penultimate lap, you've got close battle in there a little bit further down the field. I believe that may have been the 5th and 6th, and the checkered flag is out. Our leader takes the checkered flag. Fantastic performance there by Max Hoffer. 2 wins out of 2. Absolutely peerless. Richard Verschoon finishes in second. 2 second places. He's got to be delighted with that. And in third place is 380 Jakub Gregula. In fourth is 310 Zomba Kovac. and in 5th is 355 Vasil Milos, and in 6th is 312 Laszlo Shovir. Started 14th and has finished in 6th position.